hear a little bit about how to evaluate and assess your business on a monthly basis?
Sure.
I would. Sure.
Okay. We got a yes.
Okay. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to try to make it all happen in less than 10 to 15 minutes, I hope.
Somebody's got to mute their phone, too.
Oh, yeah. Let's keep our backgrounds quiet so we get a clean recording. I am recording the call for everyone. So the focus here is it's to break down the time and energy that you're focusing on your business. And by doing so, it allows you with judgment-free awareness, which is really important. That's a key word, judgment-free awareness. You don't want to be judging yourself for how well you did or didn't do on any given month or how you compare to somebody else in the company, ideally. You just want to look at your own business on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, and yearly basis to get a sense of, well, how am I doing? And what adjustments do I need to make? And there's a really simple way that I use, and much like Janice journaling her her intake or what she does with her nutrition, I often do this with my business. And so there's 3 categories. You might want to write these down, have a pen and paper available to yourself because it's real simple, but it's something you want to write down. So there's 3 primary categories that we spend a lot of time in this business. The first is prospecting. So write prospecting down. And then underneath of prospecting, 2 subcategories, customers and business partners. And then the second place that we spend a lot of time is recruiting. And I'm going to give you definitions shortly for what is prospecting and what is recruiting exactly. I think very often they get confused, and we'll talk about that. But for right now, the second place that we spend a good amount of time in our business is recruiting. And underneath of that, 2 subcategories, customers, business partners. Third category that we spend a lot of time in is training. And again, subcategories, customers, and business partners. Now, what I want you to do is next to prospecting, write a percentage. So in the 3 main categories, prospecting, recruiting, and training, that should equal 100%. So put a percentage number next to prospecting, a percentage next to recruiting, and a percentage next to training. Go ahead and do that. Okay. Now, under the subcategory of customers and business partners under prospecting, that's going to equal 100%. So how much time do you spend prospecting customers? And how much time do you spend prospecting business partners? Give that a percentage, equaling to 100%. Now do the same under recruiting. You would have given a percentage to the main category of recruiting, and now give a percentage equaling 100% between how much time you recruit customers and how much time you recruit business partners. Same thing under training. You've given the amount of the percentage of, next to training, and now equaling 100%, how much training do you do for your customers regarding talking about, like I did today, or we did today, talking about product versus business people. How much training do you do? The beauty about this is that obviously it's going to change over time. At the beginning of your business, depending on how motivated, ambitious you are and what your vision is of your financial future with this company and what you'd like to see happen, you might be spending more time prospecting and recruiting than you would training. And then as your team grows and your momentum grows, you would be spending more time training. And the most important thing that this reveals is where you're not spending enough time. So then you can make adjustments. And you can, for example, I looked at this just recently, and I thought to myself, well, I've really stabilized my organization, but I don't see the kind of growth that I want, so I really need to be prospecting and recruiting more. And I had my prospecting at 10%, my recruiting at 10%, my training at 80%, which was good and important. And now I'm adjusting those numbers again. Also, another way to look at, well, how much of my prospecting customers are business partners? You know, in this business, you can lead with product, or you can lead with opportunity, or you can lead with both, depending on how you do it. I'm going to talk about what I lead with at the end of this, and I actually lead not with product or with opportunity, but with both wrapped into a package, which I'm going to explain in just a moment. But for the purposes of evaluating your business, it is important to know how much time you spend prospecting customers or business partners. How much time do you spend recruiting customers or business partners? How much time do you spend training customers or business partners? Where do you choose to lead? Where are you more comfortable leading? Janice, for example, is a coach. She may be more comfortable leading with product. Christopher may be more comfortable leading with the business. I don't know. But you get to make that choice, adjust your percentages, and then refocus. And why this is important is at the end of your month, numbers do not lie. So at the end of the month, you have a volume. And for me, I don't like when my volume goes down. Not at all. I'm as hard as anybody could be on themselves. And that's something I'm working on. Not to mention hard on everybody else around me sometimes when I'm not in a good mood about that. As Christopher can attest to, as he's my upline. But the point is, you can constantly reevaluate your business and do it on a monthly basis. And at the end of the month, you have a volume. At the end of every month, you have a volume. If your volume has gone down, maybe you need to make some adjustments inside your business. What I'm doing now, the adjustment I made this month, is I'm actually writing down each day of the month how many hours I spend doing what. You know, and I don't mean spend staring out at the beautiful sky or the rain coming down today in Florida, because yes, I do my share of that. But I'm talking about how much time have I shared? So far 41 minutes I've shared in a training role. I'm going to write that down at the end of this hour. How much time do I spend training people? I know I spent 1 hour yesterday training people. How much prospecting did I do yesterday with customers or with business partners? This will reveal a lot about how you choose to move forward with your business. Now, remember what I said about I don't really lead with product or opportunity. I actually and I'm pretty convinced that this is how I choose to do this, and that's all I can give you is my perspective on my own business. I'm not telling you that you should do it this way or need to do it this way. I'm saying you can evaluate it for yourself and see if it makes sense, and then determine whether this is a way that might be included in your own vision or your own mechanics in the future about how you choose to represent yourself. Because I am of the philosophy that we do not represent a company. We do not represent a group of products. I'm of the philosophy that we represent ourselves because people buy you. I'm of the philosophy that you build a culture in your team, in your own team, and I'm more convinced of it now than ever based on 2 or 3 years of experience in this company and lots of years of experience in other companies. I'm convinced that I personally choose to build a culture within a culture. We have a beautiful culture with the Purium company, but I choose to build a culture within my team based on a very specific message that I continue to revise and refine every Thursday night, because I look at what I say, I actually do the recording, I do the training, I then listen to my recording, and yes, it's self-absorption, but I need to do that to get better at what I do. I want to be able to deliver the most succinct message possible with the most impact to ultimately create the greatest result. That's the whole point of doing any business. And in this business, where so much is built on dreams, where so much is built on messaging, mission, a movement, All of those things can be designed into how you choose to demonstrate or how you choose to portray, is a better word, yourself in the big marketplace that's out there amongst all those products and amongst all those businesses that may be similar to us or vaguely similar. How do you represent yourself? Get clear about how to evaluate your business on a monthly basis. Move forward journaling if possible, if that's something you like to do. If it's not something you like to do, at the very least, write those percentages down. And then, most importantly, from my perspective, get clear about who you are and what message you choose to portray so that the people that you attract to you are attracting themselves to you because they love what you have to say. They love who you are. They love your values. And yeah, you can tie your values to a ship, right? We're not in this by ourselves. We're in this to actually represent a much bigger and much broader vision than just of ourselves. But as we move forward with our businesses, I would say this is how I choose to do it. I'm going to build a culture and a tribe of people that understand that this is what I stand for, and I'm very clear about what I stand for. And if you like what I stand for, then jump on ship, because then we're going to grow, we're going to get healthier, we're going to help more people, communities are going to get healthier, and we're going to make a decent living in a mode of goodness that helps thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. When I deliver that message, people hear me. I had a gentleman, as an example, a gentleman share with me just yesterday that his county in Alabama is rated the least healthy, the most unhealthy county in all of Alabama. After listening to what I had said, and I said, what a great opportunity. This is where opportunity meets circumstance, and you get to cash out. Because if your message is impactful, people choose to follow you. They will tell their communities because their families are getting sicker, and they don't know what to do about it. You get to be the Aaron Brockovich, representing a group of foods that can give people hope. So that's it. That's what I wanted to share today.
That was excellent, Michael. Thanks for all your wisdom and training. I wrote that down. That's really great. And I'm glad we got this on. We recorded the call today. We can send it out to people that weren't on. And that was great. Well, any closing words here before we end the call?
Anybody want to make any feedback of any kind, any comments of any kind?
Well, this really took my heart, what you said. And I realized how I need to write that down every day and just go out in the world with that. It's really important.
Excellent.
Really, really important. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Janice. Absolutely. I'm not telling you anything I don't do and haven't thought about a lot, believe me. And I feel it in a very deep way. And I get my only frustration, if I were to be vulnerable for a moment, my only frustration is it's not happening fast enough. I see people getting sicker at a faster rate than we can get the word out, and we need to get the word out faster. That's my only frustration. But that is minimized compared to everything else that I know is truth, and that we can, that we're all doing together here. So this is really important, way beyond any one of us can even put into perspective. Any other comments or exchanges before we wrap up the call?
Great call, Michael. I'm looking forward to having the recording. I'll send it out to everyone.
We'll call it a wrap. Thanks, everybody, for coming today.
Yeah, thanks a lot, everyone.
It's the right thing.
Thank you so much. Good answer.
Dr. Mike Fleischer with New Path Nutrition. It's a pleasure to bring these simple tips to you. There's a lot more coming. If you simply click on the links in the description below this video and or on the annotations in the video. Click on those links. You'll learn more about the kind of nutrition that actually helped me recover from a serious accident and will help you to actually elevate your level of health. Thanks for visiting today, everyone. See you on the next video.